Hi everyone. It is September the 15th. Just want to make a quick video about epistemology, the study of knowledge. So looks again, I'm seeing the first polls come out. It looks like Hillary Clinton is losing. Now, I mean, how are these two things related? Well, the reason this is so interesting is it looks like there's a possibility that Hillary will lose the election and there will be a new president who is open to investigating some of the crimes of the previous administrations, both Republicans and Democrats, or at least not participating actively in cover-ups. If that happens, there's a possibility that a lot of stuff will come out that we don't want to hear. Most people don't want to hear. Some people are really weird like me. And we actively looking into unpleasant truths. But we're a small minority. A lot of people, the other extreme is one of my friends who's he's quite talkative. He was talking to a stranger about 9/11 and telling him some things that were kind of suspicious. And what the stranger said to him is, he said, "The stuff you're telling me, even if it was true, I wouldn't believe it." And I don't know if that was just it's strange for someone like that to have that level of self-awareness that they consciously know that they would choose to not believe something even if they knew on some level that it was true. But that is quite a common method of thinking, either subconscious or conscious, and it's to varying degrees. It's a whole spectrum. But why would someone choose to think like that? Well, there's two reasons. One, sometimes if you're confronted with an unpleasant truth, that means that you might have to do something about it. Like if you see, if you see your coworker leaving the dirty dishes in the office sink, you might need to confront them about it. So it's easier just to look the other way and pretend you didn't see it, or something like that. Just avoid having to confront it. And people do things like that with small things all the time. So of course, when talking about huge crimes, things of that nature, people don't want to think about that because they might have to do something. But then also because it's psychologically difficult to confront the possibility that people who we hold in high esteem as leaders might really be actually the worst among us. And those two things relate because let's say it's true. Let's say half of the things I think, or a quarter, or a tenth, of things that I think are true about our political system are in fact the case. Well, guess what? That means we're going to need a new system. We're going to need a new way of governing ourselves and being in the world. And not only is that a huge challenge collectively as a society, but it's also probably going to be a new system where more participation is required of us than going to a ballot box every few years and leaving everything up to experts of one sort or another. And that's really what's at the root cause. It's a multi-layered, we trust in our modern Western societies, we trust experts for everything. If you have any problem, there's some expert out there. And when you're accusing high-level politicians of corruption, these people are supposed to be the experts in governance. So if they're massively off the rails, what else could be off the rails? Suddenly the nice world that you think you live in is not the world that you actually live in. But at the same time, it is, because you can start living in the real world and making your reality resemble the way you think things ought to be. So I'm just saying this, I'm worried that for the mental health of a lot of people, if things like that, if truth starts coming out too fast, which is something I never thought I'd hear myself say, but perhaps it's really good that things are happening slowly in some ways, that we're just getting this drip, drip, drip of new information that comes, it's not all, and it's all mostly through the internet, so people search for it themselves. It's not thrust upon them the way it would be if it were just on every TV channel. Maybe most people, that's the pace of realizations people can handle, but it does need to come faster, and it may start turning from a leaky faucet to a fire hose. At least that's my personal hope, but I think we're going to need to be compassionate to people who've had their entire way they thought about the world just completely shattered in a short period of time. But it's not all bad. The world's not a horrible place. But there's some really horrible people in there in the top positions of leadership, and that's why our societies are not living up to their potential. But yeah, I mean, it's not a horrible planet. Lots of nice things too. Just gonna pan around. A beautiful summer day. Thanks for watching.